Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
No soup for you.
That was the dumbest play I've ever seen.
There's one right out of the football Follies for you.
I've never heard the word folly outside of NFL Follies.
It sounds so silly, you know, Follies. And then there's lots of big, serious, big dudes playing football.
The word folly is hard to define.
It's a French word, right? Folly.
A folly is an embarrassing moment.
You don't laugh at the time, but a few years later, oh, it's funny.
Let's see, folly would be the Rams.
A folly is any play that causes a fan to think,
Could he be that stupid? I just don't, I mean, I still don't believe he could be. I just still don't believe he did it.
it's also hard to believe that this list isn't counting down the greatest individual follies.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all.
That's your IQ, buddy, 0.
Instead, we're grouping the best sound and footage into categories.
I could watch those all day. I really could.
We can't reveal the list just yet, but we can tell you that the material is offbeat and the comedians are upbeat. Yay! I got mail! Yay!
This has gone beyond ridiculous.
That was right out of Marx Brothers right there.
The number 10 folly of all time. Oh, snap.
The ball is snapped and it's fumbled. He drops the ball.
I know this sounds like a very Seinfeldian line, but how do you screw up the snap? The man's hands are there, the football's there, right between the crotch. How do you screw up the snap?
He lost the football.
I think most snaps go bad when the quarterback realizes exactly the position he's in.
Here's big, tough football guys. And how's every play start? With a pretty feminine-looking gesture, if you ask me.
The quarterback dragged his husky figure to the line and drew in the sweet breath of anticipation. He wanted to assume the position behind all of his linemen, but in the end, only the center would have him.
There's communication there, there's trust, there's love.
He placed his beckoning fingers beneath his faithful center.
You got to take me out to dinner first and like wine and dine me and like get a couple drinks in me before I'm going to be comfortable with that.
This was the magic instant when he and his center played by their own rules.
When I think about it, if I think about it in slow-mo, I think of like an Air Supply song.
The quarterback stood barking behind the center in their secret language until the massive squatted beast thrust the leather into the quarterback's groping hands.
Woo! That's what you want, baby.
Why do they drop snaps? Can you imagine the gaseous emissions that are coming at your face all day long?
He is sick. I have ripped some big farts before that people could smell 5 feet behind me, let alone if their nose was 2 inches from my ass.
You've got 11 guys facing you that want to rip your head off, and then you got Fatty here just blowing taco sauce into your hands. You try to hold on to a ball.
Smell that?
That was disgusting. That was disgusting.
It's time to get to the bottom of who's to blame for our number 10 type of foul.
Most of the time, it's clearly the center's fault.
95 out of 100 times when there's a mistake, it's the quarterback's mistake.
They're not paying attention.
Instead of hitting him in the palm, the ball hits him on the end of the fingers.
They snap the ball on the wrong snap count.
Quarterbacks forget the snap count.
They're worried about who they're blocking.
The quarterback sees a blitz coming.
On the field of play, I would always go over to the coach and go, that's my bad, coach. Because they couldn't cut me. I was a starting quarterback, but they could get rid of the center. So I would never blame the center on the field.
You got to give credit to the entire football team.
But here, between us men, I'll tell you that it was his fault.
Our number 10 kind of folly may look silly to you, but amongst the A-list, it's no laughing matter.
It takes but one botched snap to ruin a career. Little known fact, Tony Romo's drop in the playoffs in Seattle is the reason why Carrie Underwood cannot be seen with him to this day.
Oh, it's fumbled. How crazy is this?
Maybe we should ask Jessica Simpson if there's anything else Tony has trouble locating. Oh yeah, you just got served, Romo.
Sounds like it's going, right? Tony Romo.
Romo may be changing the call. High snap over his head.
Oh, I love this play with Romo. You want to know why? The entire time he's running back, trying to scoop up that football, he's staying calm.
And the reason why? He's playing the St. Louis Rams. He knew as soon as he got the ball, he was still going to gain yards. My mother could gain yards against the St. Louis Rams.
Bubba must have made dinner last night for Tony Romo.
That's going to be on bloopers.
Juggling is a art, came probably in the 1840s. Whoa, wait a minute.
Let's take a look at a topic that wasn't quite funny enough for Top 10 Follies.
You mean like clown juggling or juggling the football?
Football juggling. But we mean no disrespect to the purveyors of the circus arts.
You worried about jugglers getting insulted? I mean, they're like a half a step above mime.
Oh, he's juggling!
There isn't much juggling going on when it's one ball.
First effort, second effort, third effort. Take a look at the juggle.
Throw in a fire torch and a huge spoon. Now that's juggling.
You would start with one, you see? You see how easy it is? One. You go 1, 2, 3, you see? But then they went to 1.
I don't know if that was a design play or what.
If it's tipped by an opposing player, that is an accepted form of juggling. Now, if you are just catching it and no one's around and you start to juggle it, then you might actually not be a very good football player.
The number 9 type of folly. Coach's media meltdown.
You play to win the game.
We can't be responsible for the blocking. We can't be responsible for the guys jumping offside.
I'm getting all the damn heat with everybody, each and every one of y'all hammering my tail.
I want winners. I want people that want to win. Go ahead. What's up next?
No, I feel bad for the coaches because just picture, I mean, that's their job. So picture, you know, us having the worst day at our job ever. And then you have like 40 people asking you, why'd you do this? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that?
And dadgummit at the end, I don't want to hear any of you guys ever talk about our fourth quarter play again. Unless you've got some that I don't think you've got.
You hope that a coach freaks out on a reporter, then he got a nice little soundbite.
You play to win the game.
Our number 9 type of folly is an NFL soapbox that has featured characters like the Big Tuna and Iron Mike.
There's 3 quarterbacks on this football team. Whichever one starts, starts. Whichever ones don't, we'll back them up.
See that? That's your IQ, buddy. 0.
Hey, Ditkus, you lost. Or he says something to that effect. He goes, here's your IQ, buddy.
See that? That's your IQ, buddy. 0.
Hold up, turnover, son.
I'd rather talk to him.
Mike, I know I'm smarter than that.
We lost. Next question.
Injuries from the game?
Talk to the trainer.
Next. I said that already. Next question.
Mike, why are you in such a bad mood?
What do you care?
Somewhat hypothetical, but if Vinny's unhealthy...
I'm not. Don't give me hypotheticals.
The best is Bill Parcells' press conference when he's a coach because he's so miserable.
You don't know anything about the chart, quite obviously, and I haven't got time to explain it to you.
Because he hates the media, he doesn't want to answer, and he just lost the game, and he's passionate about it.
It's unbelievable. You know, that's why sometimes I call you guys commies. That's why. It's that stuff right there. There it is. Subversive from within, even when it's going good.
The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown them. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
I like that too because it was more cryptic.
You know, we are who we thought, or they are who we thought they are. What? Which way?
Who is who you thought they were? Why?
The Bears are who we thought they were.
Like, what was he mad at? Was he mad that they were who they thought they were?
The Bears are who we thought they were.
Or is he mad that other people thought that they didn't think that they were who they thought they were?
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
And the fact that it's so ambiguous, yet he was so hardcore about it, makes it great.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown her.
But when it comes to the king of our number 9 kind of folly, Jim Mora leads the way.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Playoffs? Playoffs?
Playoffs?
Playoffs? Playoffs?
I just hope we can win a game.
God bless Jim Mora for the rest of his life. No matter where he goes, there'll be people on the street screaming, playoffs?
Don't talk about playoffs.
That's the standard by which all coaching rants
should be measured is Jim Moore's playoff rant. He had some other good ones, too. He had the diddly poo one.
We just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. You don't know what we're trying to do. You guys don't look at the films. You don't know what happened. You really don't know. You think you know, but you don't know. And you never will.
That's his best Saint rant. His best Colts rant was the playoffs rant,
Playoffs?
which is the best of all time. Dennis Green, pretty damn close to it.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown her.
The number 8 type of folly. Have a nice trip.
The talent, the grace, these are the finest athletes in the world. And all of a sudden, they fall on their ass.
Wow, that's good.
It's definitely quite hysterical when you see someone that is paid a lot of money to stay on their feet and they can't even do that.
Schadenfreude is defined as delighting in the suffering of others. The word has never been used in a Follies show, but it works well with our number 8 category.
We're all failures. We're not out there. We didn't make it, and they did. But look who just tripped.
You know that these guys were the cool kids in high school. There's the inner nerve that, like, ha, we got you.
Maybe your wife cheats on you, too. Maybe you owe back taxes. It's a good way of connecting.
It's a crime to humanity that tripping is not higher up on this list.
When there's no one near the guy, nobody on it just falls, it's the best. It should happen more often.
The feeling you get is this guy never expected to be in the clear.
This is disheartening.
And his body is actually reacting to that.
What a spectacular effort!
Sometimes it's like a Grateful Dead show out there. There's so much tripping going on.
Walk much? First day with the new feet? Cliches just seem to go hand in hand with our number 8 type of folly.
Am I getting them in that truck that hit him?
Oh, the humanity.
That's gonna leave a mark.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
No soup for you.
Gag me with a freaking spoon.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Isn't that special?
The tribe has spoken.
Like a speeding bullet.
What you talking about, Willis?
Good night, Gracie.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Hold on, let me think of something funny.
Hey, we're on the Follies show.
The number 7 type of folly. NFL collision course.
You all right? You ready? I think so.
Hey, I'm sorry, Coach. I was looking that way.
Gut-busting laughter. We'll hedge our bets that our number 7 type of folly will leave you and NFL players in stitches. These guys will do backflips to get you viewers to laugh.
Hell of a collision right there. They call them collisions in the NFL because it's a man's game. You can't call it an accident. 2 men running into each other is a collision.
The House of Pain.
I mean, that's comedy gold.
And I would put it up in the pantheons of comedy, is seeing someone who's not in pads just getting totally taken on the chin.
I do feel bad for the chain gang guys.
Oh, excuse me, buddy. You okay?
I don't usually take clothes like that.
I know it. I know it. You okay? Put your hat back on. Yeah, he got nailed.
It is most often than not when nobody gets hurt. A lot of fun to see fly in the air. I mean, it's fantastic.
You know, there's always a table with Gatorade cups on it that they always go flying into almost once a game. think they would get all the crap out of the way. They're paying these guys millions of dollars.
The teams are thinking, what are the things that are the easiest to knock over? We're going to put those closest. What's going to be the biggest sort of like let's put this china display of like fine china from the owner's china cabinet right by the pylon. And
Yeah,
then just people
just
right by the end zone. We're just going to lay that right there. Why not?
I love the old days when they used to routinely run into the goalpost.
I like it when someone, like a cameraman, gets wiped out.
Watch the camera, you're gonna get hit.
That's as hard a hit as you're ever going to see. He is just clever.
The bigger the tripod, the funnier it is. Yes.
They drive me nuts. The cheerleaders are back further than them. I'd rather have the cheerleaders out there than those guys that do the cameras. Otherwise, you're not going to get good highlights. I get it. I get it. But the freedom of the press in this country gone a little too far on the football field.
The number 6 type of volley. Mascot mayhem.
There's one showbiz. The guy who's in that mascot outfit, the raw brass tacks of what his day is, same thing as George Clooney. He's got a performance in mind, he's trying to deliver on it.
This has not been pretty.
If you take off the head of a mascot and smell it, it smells like vodka and broken dreams.
You know you have method actors? I'm thinking, do you have method mascots? Do they take the suit off when they're done? Do they drive home in their suit?
I love when you watch a mascot and they're doing something funny and you're saying to yourself, man, that is so cerebral on so many levels. I'm getting that on so many levels. Is he making a comment on nihilism?
This is a guy that lives with his mother, and he's leading your team out. It's not right. Is that going to get you excited? A big rat outfit with a flag? I mean, get him out of the way.
Let him lead the team out, then fall, and then let everyone trample over him. That's believable. I'd be like, all right, these guys are pumped. They're ready to play. I would like that.
These are high school dropouts that they're giving a scooter to.
Most NFL teams have mascots, and our number 6 class of Folly comes in all shapes, sizes, and thread counts.
What is the thing in Kansas City anyway? Is it a kangaroo? Is it a rat?
That was a wolf. What does a wolf have to do with the Kansas City Chiefs? I've never been to Kansas City and have been attacked by a wolf.
I think the legend just grew.
Bill Belichick would have it no other way. I mean, if we're going to have a mascot, it's going to have a weapon.
But who knows if one of those guys is going to go crazy someday and pull a Dick Cheney.
I think the Detroit Lions should change their mascot to just a sad emoticon. One that plays that noise on The Price is Right when you lose a showcase showdown.
What a circus cat!
Boom, 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 boom. Oh.
We never had a Who Day when I played. That cost too much money. You'd have to give somebody, you know, maybe $20 for meal money and stuff like that.
I'm proud of the fact that neither of my teams, the Jets or the Giants, have a mascot. We had a mascot, a finger. He was just a fist with the middle finger, and he'd go over to the opposing team, and he'd run sideways back and forth in front of him going like this. And that was banned, inappropriate. Is it fair to us? It's not stopping us from winning Super Bowls. Well, it's stopping the Jets.
Mascots are definitely lonely people.
Mascots and cheerleaders work side by side on the field, but that's as close as they're ever gonna get.
I always thought, as being a mascot, that I had a chance with the cheerleaders. They didn't see me that way, with or without the mask.
They're trying to talk to them like, hey, you know, I don't always look like this in my costume. The cheerleaders are hot chicks that walk around with like Louis Vuitton bags. They're not gonna date some guy that dresses up like a tiger.
Mascots against 8-year-olds like puppies rolling around the lawn. Come on. What's cuter than that?
It's basically the 78 Steelers with the steel curtain going against last year's Lions.
Needless to say, this is not the feature game this afternoon.
Yeah, you want to jump on this team.
This has not been pretty.
I guarantee you, there's a lot going on underneath this pile.
In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, cuts back at the 30, gets away again, to the 20, the 15, the 10, touchdown.
Nothing screams team spirit more than face masking an 8-year-old.
These cats are absolutely no joke.
Can't deny that's adorable. Yeah. Except when the little kids have bigger heads than the mascots. That's really sad.
The number 5 type of folly, silly celebrations.
Cue the circus music, David, because the show's in town.
Is it ridiculous? Yeah, of course it's ridiculous. It's a game. It's called a game. Let the guys have fun.
Boy, Sekahema is punching the goalpost.
If Randy Moss wants to moon the fans in Green Bay, God bless him. Let's do it.
I told you and I told you. Touchdown.
T.O. was sleeping on the ball. The other guy bringing the ball back to life. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know how to do CPR. And now they're teaching the kids in the audience how to do this.
Perhaps our most entertaining folly, silly celebrations, are a crowd favorite. But there are those that find this kind of behavior childish.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct.
I think it's a crime against humanity. There's a penalty against them.
It's like taking fighting out of hockey or marriage. It just doesn't work.
And I like the river dance. Yeah, that was good. Like, that was offensive to everyone and everything Irish. Like, House of Pain got upset about that.
While Ocho Cinco took silly celebrations to a new shameful level,
Chad Johnson on the sideline got on a knee like he was proposing to Daphne over there.
there was a time when on-the-field antics were a bit classier.
I am a big fan of Billy White Shoes Johnson.
That's what I'm talking about, homie.
Billy White Shoes Johnson was the original guy that did the end zone celebration. They were kind of funny, and he did that goofy thing with his legs. Then you had Icky Woods, the Icky Shuffle. It's all right. But now it's just getting ridiculous. Now they're all planned. You know, guys are bringing magic markers and putting them in their sock.
And he folded out and autographed the ball.
I'm not a big prop guy. If you've got to bring a cell phone...
He went and got the phone and pretended like he was making a phone call to somebody.
...or a jacket to your end zone celebration, you're not doing it right.
Oh, my goodness. He did not just take the pom-poms and start cheering.
However, nowadays, our number 5 kind of folly isn't just reserved for the end zone.
I think this celebrating on the field is getting out of hand. It used to be occasionally in the end zone, and then it became any good play.
Ooh, they own the day, baby.
Mark Gastineau is absolutely the creator of the defensive dance. At the time, your defense was better than your offense. That was what you were cheering for. It was almost like scoring a touchdown.
Pretty soon, players will be celebrating the coin toss with like a Gatorade shower. Yeah, a Gatorade shower for the coin toss. We did it! Yes!
The number 4 type of folly, the men in stripes.
As if life isn't hard enough for NFL officials, we now commence 3 minutes of laughs at the expense of the men we love to hate.
Hey, you know you guys, you ruined this game. You make it like a circus.
I love it when a ref gets knocked over. I giggle.
Referees look like an accountant out there with a bunch of great athletes. So when they get knocked over, it's funny.
We're going to have fun out here tonight.
There might not be a more dangerous job in football than the official who has to stand right behind the middle linebackers. That guy gets knocked on his ass more than punters who drop snaps.
Take some Advil or leave? Okay.
And the funny thing is, they can still miss the holding call if they just stand on the sidelines.
Run him over!
Of course it's funny to see a referee get knocked out. They're authority figures.
I'd be knocking him over left and right. I wouldn't even be looking for the hole. I'd be looking for where the ref was to run him over.
You almost got hit again today. I'm looking for you now.
If you know Brett Favre goes, okay, you're going over the middle, I'm going to throw it, and you're going to knock this guy over.
He is knocked to the turf big time.
They call that play like zebra. We're gonna zebra right 80.
You used to be able to move. You really can't move now.
When refs aren't in the players' crosshairs, coaches have them in their sights.
What's the deal with you guys today? Hey, Airman! Hey, you over-officious jerk! Call a clip! You guys are horse out there! You guys take your job too serious, Boris.
This isn't college. You're not at a home college.
I understand.
This is NFL, which stands for not for long when you make them calls.
Yeah.
I'll be selling groceries.
Boys, ref! You're the worst ref I ever seen, you suck!
I got some advice for y'all. Take 2 weeks off, then quit.
They have the toughest job in the world, and they don't throw people out or penalize coaches. I can't believe it.
He's holding him! That's the third pass interference we've got. 3. That's enough now, okay?
It's awesome. They like getting yelled at. They love it.
All of the striped crusaders on our countdown take a lot of heat. Well, almost all of them.
Everyone except Ed Hockley.
Oh, dude with the baby Gap shirt on?
He's a good-looking man.
Just
His arms are bigger than I am.
Ed Hercules. He looks pretty big.
Hey, what do you say? Damn, man, you been lifting weights still? I lift weights with Ed Hockley.
If I ever start a rock band, it's going to be called the Ed Hockley Gun Show.
Also, we do squats together.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
A lot more women would be interested to watch the games if he went shirtless and just painted the bars on his chest.
We're getting a little rowdy, gentlemen. Let's keep it clean.
Holding.
Offense, number 84.
Yeah. I'm Ed Hockley.
Okay, it's over, it's over, it's over.
Last segment, the jokes were on the officials. But before we resume our countdown, we'll give the refs the last laugh.
Pass underneath is complete, and the official gets in the way and makes the tackle. Oh, boy.
Did you see the forearm shiver by the ump?
That's a heck of an open field tackle by our umpire.
Did he dance over him, too, afterwards?
I'm a ref!
That's Garth Follies, one of the toughest there is.
Garth Follies is legendary in the referee world because he's like the guy who said, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
What's this? Brace? Oh, hey!
The number 3 type of folly. Special teams mishaps.
Attempt by your premier. Snap, step down, the kick is blocked. Rolling loose on the field. It is picked up by Garrow. He tries to throw a pass. Deflected in the air, crossed by Bass.
It's a given. If you're on special teams, you're probably going to screw up doing something physically active and athletic once again.
Don't. Son of a buck.
Whenever anybody falls, slips, trips, it's hysterical.
Guy's waiting, ball's coming, there's no traffic, there's no variables. When he drops it, there's nothing greater. It's Comedy 101.
It's the best because there's that moment of awkwardness.
Our number 3 kind of folly includes the wonderful world of kickers, punters, and long snappers, and all the special things they can do.
You gotta be joking!
Bears look at good field position.
Oh, he missed it!
Pretty good way to start the game. It's hardly believable.
That's embarrassing.
The fascination with follies involving kicking may stem from a fan's envy.
Kickers are always the guys on the team that the average fan can go, come on, I got to be more athletic than him.
Kickers are unique people, to say the least.
The foreign customs of kickers have helped the NFL gain international appeal.
Jetzt möchte ich den einen von der Zeitung hören, der gesagt hat, ich kann nicht mehr schießen als 40.
A recent example of this is the dynamic duo of Martine and Bill Gramatica.
I mean, the Gramaticas are great because they're grammatically incorrect.
There you go, Martine.
Obviously, Martine and his histrionics are well known and well disliked by most people who watch the NFL.
Automatical right here.
And then there's Bill and his tragic injury.
And Gramatica was dancing up in the air, and it looks like he hurt his knee.
When you are leaping and you hurt yourself, it's time to get out of the game.
Oh, Gramaticas. Oh, Gramaticas.
Special teams isn't just about the foot, though. A good pair of hands is required, if you can find one.
People who drop punts are okay in my book.
He's got to catch it. He's got to make that catch.
Because that is a very high-pressured situation.
Holy fannoli! Here comes the heat.
You have a guy running at you at 400, 500 miles an hour, and his goal is to kill you. I think you're a freak if you catch the punt.
He is just a freak.
I love you punters. I love you kickers. Long snappers.
Snapping is a great game, man. Snapping, you win with snapping.
I mean, how do you know you have that talent? You've just developed over time. I throw lots of stuff between my legs, very far to people, and super accurate. Yeah.
On its way to Iowa!
A lot of these guys play 20 years in the league, never screw up ever. You never hear about them. You never even know their names. And then you gotta feel bad for them because the one time they ever mess up, they know they're gonna be on the Follies tape for NFL Films.
Here it comes. It's another bad snap.
There's a laundry list of characters in NFL history who didn't make it into our top 10 kind of Follies. Many of them live inside Clinton Portis.
Well, I'm Jerome from Southeast D.C. Coach Jenkins Spanky, here I am. That sheriff gonna get you for everybody who want to know. I'm Dr. I don't know. I can do it. I can do it for you.
All Clinton Portis is doing is livening up all of the big free agent busts and failures Daniel Snyder has signed the Redskins to this decade.
Cheated. He cheated. I don't care what nobody say. I know in my heart I won that fight. Like, I don't trust people with energy. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, mine.
The #2 folly of all time. Fun with audio.
NFL Films has taken a sport where 22 men, larger than anyone you've ever seen, are crashing as fast as they can into each other while a ball hurtles through the air. That's not enough. We need some sound effects.
Who doesn't love a good sound effect? When somebody takes a long snap to the face mask and it goes into the end zone and gives the other team a touchdown, everyone at the game is sad.
Kirk, he's got a dive on it. He missed it.
But if you hear it with a hilarious set of sound effects like bong, uh-oh, now everyone's laughing, right?
I can't even describe what the sounds are, but I know what they sound like.
Boing.
Like, that is the greatest noise for anyone that screws up.
Don't try it this way at home, but I believe it just goes, woo. That's silly.
I like bleeps. I like when swear words are bleeped.
Hey, Sully, you better hope I never get back in there. I'm gonna kick your bleep. What the hell?
I thought that was against the rules. Putting that wave up there in the crowd. There, huh? Let's get a penalty on a.
The Scooby-Doo sound effect. Zoinks! Or is that Astro from the Jetsons? That's sort of the same, by the way. Zoinks!
Game time in the NFL means feelings run high, adrenaline flows, and a man's heart beats wildly with excitement.
Every once in a while, they break into some, like, bad Mel Blanc
Yeah, Elmer Fudd imitations or something.
Some people say coaches don't know which end is up.
We actually had Mel Blanc.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, well then maybe it wasn't a bad Mel Blanc. Maybe it was a good Mel Blanc.
Some of these sound effects take liberties that I think are unfair. Having a guy tackle another guy and then putting the sounds of a porn movie underneath it. That's not fair to either one of those guys. They might be married.
Roll 2.
So, just who is the sound effects guru who brings our number 2 type of folly to life?
That'd be great to do a documentary about the guy who puts in all the sound effects at NFL films.
That's me. I'm the guy they bring in to make those funny sound effect noises. That's all me.
I would actually love to see that guy put the Follies sound effects in, like, Hotel Rwanda. Bing bong.
The number 1 type of folly. Funky fans.
What's the matter with you, pal? What in the world is the matter with you?
Your first thought is, I'm so glad I'm not in the seat next to this guy. That's a long day.
And it is a nightmare.
They look like sort of minor superheroes who are off their meds.
You know, as a psychologist, that's their alter ego. That's Sybil running around in their head.
They really have this team confused. Sure, do you want to sit them down and analyze them in the psychologist's office?
I don't care who wins today. Neither does anybody else.
You find that they were painted as a child, you know, right out of the womb.
What the heck is that?
If you didn't think it could get any more ugly, it is.
In New York, you've got Fireman Ed at the Jets game, and he's respected because he knows how to spell Jets.
And then you say, why don't you use the Jets in a sentence? This is where the spelling bee. Okay, the Jets haven't won the Super Bowl in 40 years. That's how you shut up Fireman Ed.
There's a lot of fires going on in New York. Stay in New York. Put the fires out.
Raiders fans will stab your baby.
Hey, baby! It's about fame!
I interviewed some people in the black hole, and there was somebody with the skeleton mask, and I just asked the person, you know, what do you do for a living? And through the mask came the muffled reply, I'm a second grade teacher. That's fantastic.
He's like, bad wall, bad wall, bad wall.
For all we know, you might have cut in late. He could have been doing that for the entire first half.
In Buffalo, they need a helmet that has wings and blue cheese dipping sauce.
Nice head. Nice head.
Nice catch, T.O. Yeah.
Didn't the cheesehead go out of style, like, in the mid-90s?
That's what these guys do, week in and week out.
Okay, we get it. You live in Wisconsin. You put cheese on your head. Ha ha.
I would never put a dairy product on my head. I'm lactose intolerant.
Wisconsin, got it. Cheese. Stop.
Funky fans are number 1 because they use paint for purposes not specified on the label. But who on our panel has a drop cloth in front of the mirror?
No, not much of a face painter. Unless I was a professional mime, during the halftime show.
I'm in the Seinfeld camp, man. I'm weirded out by face painters.
Like, I'm painted right now. And then I know you're gonna ask, show me. No. I mean, it runs in the, my grandfather painted himself black and gold. He was actually black and gold on the boat to Ellis Island. Luckily landed in Pittsburgh, so it all made sense.
Yeah!
I think the only way to show a beer gut is to paint that thing. But you are going to need 2 coats, you're going to need some primer, and you're going to need water seal.
Boy, they're big, aren't they?
It's 2 degrees out. Paint will do it. Why? Because I'm fat.
When I was fat, it would have looked better. But since I lost all the weight, my skin kind of deflated.
It's a gut check now, man.
Eventually, when I get health insurance, I will get it cut off.
That's a little too much right there.
Like snowflakes or that uncle your family no longer talks to, the top 10 types of follies are very different.
I don't know what to say about that.
If you want to crown them, then crown her.
But they are linked by a common bond, the ability to make us smile, laugh, or think. Really think.
I'm speechless. No way. That's incredulous.
It's just really intellectual highbrow comedy, and that's why I like it. Me too.